that brings me to the last question, of course, with you, Jeff, today. So, you and I have been talking about, reports from McKinsey and stats. We have been following what's happening out there. And one of the stats McKinsey has mentioned, which is kind of on your screen right now as well, is that how digital interactions before COVID-19 has doubled, and the importance of digital interactions has doubled over the last 3 months. And so, for example, companies who doesn't have B2B or digital channels are actually struggling because they can't adapt to the customer change or the behavioral change as well, like we discussed. So, from your experience, give us three things that the companies should start doing, or how can they, kickstart this process? What are the three things that you can advise on?
Yeah, look, I think the first thing is just to move. Don't be static, right? You've got to build momentum, and you can only direct a moving vehicle. You can only change direction. If you're really sort of sitting there in shock, well then, you're going to have more problems, right? So you've got to keep moving. You've got to find that momentum, and then that'll allow you to build some momentum and get some agility, right? So I think the other thing around that is start with what you can control. So you should be planning ahead. You need to plan and say, well, where are we now? What does it look like? Where are the big issues? What are our customers doing? Where are they? How are they behaving? What do we need to do? And start to take small steps and look at the things that you can control right now and make some of those changes, and then build on that. So start with some of that planning. And things may change, but that's okay. At least you're moving, right? And it gives you the option to start to pivot and change.
Absolutely. I think one of the things that we have come across a lot is actually how businesses are really putting their investments all when it comes to innovating their business and digitizing. And I think from what I hear from you is that now is not the time to actually put a stop or pause this journey, but now it's time to accelerate that so that you can actually take these small steps, move quickly. And when I'm saying that, I actually remember a customer of ours in the US who actually changed their production line completely from, I think they were selling some alcohol, and they actually changed it to hand sanitizers, and they actually set up an e-commerce channel within 2 weeks, and that was their goal. And bam, I mean, they were not selling anything at that point, and then 2 weeks later they're selling, what exactly the world needed. And that kind of agility is going to be extremely important for if you are to survive and if you are to thrive, like you said, in a fast changing environment. And correct me if I'm wrong there, Jeff.
Well, I think that's great. And what that shows is that, there's a shop front there. Your shop front has changed. Your audience is all out there on the internet, and you need to be out there on the internet with a shop front. And that gives you the ability to be able to pivot and change products and find new markets and spin off even new brands, whatever it is. You've got the options available to you, which is brilliant.
Yeah, exactly. And perfect. And I think to wrap up the conversation a bit, I think we touched upon how important it is to be where your customers are in B2B space as well. We have been trying to do that for B2C for a while now, but it's important for B2B as well. And I think B2B digital interactions are becoming more important, especially with the current situation. So it has doubled. So we have to try and see as a business how we can accommodate that. And I think, Jeff, reflecting on what you said, what you mentioned is start with small steps, start quickly and move fast, and then adapt as you go. But you need to, let's say, start soon, which is otherwise you won't be able to survive and even thrive in the new normal because you're not ready. Cool. Anything you want to add?
Just got to start with that. And look, when you do, say, if you start and you build a storefront for your customers, then you really need to just keep on top of that, right? And make sure you get your customers on board and you keep listening to them and you improve it and you just enhance that experience, because there's an opportunity there for new customers to find you and come along, which is huge, right? So it's not just a case of knocking on doors or picking up the phone in the old days. Whole new audiences, new markets can find you. So you see how you can refine that and build on that. That's a huge market opportunity.
Oh, love it. Yeah, that's actually even one more thing actually you mentioned. No, absolutely. I think the efficiency of new customer acquisition is going to be much easier with a digital channel. No, absolutely. Like, perfect. Thanks, Jeff, for being here today. So, before we leave, if anyone wants to reach out to you and have a conversation about how they can transform their business more from a technology perspective, are you open for that? And what's the best way to reach out to you if that's the case?
Yeah, of course, happy to help anyone have a discussion. Best way is probably to find me on LinkedIn, Jeff Clark at Microchannel. Message me, and yeah, happy to have a conversation.
Perfect. Thank you, Jeff, and probably see you in a few weeks with some of our customers talking together. Cheers.
Thanks very much, Arjuna. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
Have a good day.
See
Bye.
you, mate. Bye-bye.